Now, for atomic structure, what are the subtopics of this chapter? First, you have to learn what are the subtopic, what we have to covered in this chapter. If you go through the subtopic part, first subtopic is basically DAT. DAT is a short form of Dalton's atomic theory. Now, DAT is not present any books. This short form only I used. Dalton's atomic theory. DAT. After that, discovery of fundamental particles. Discovery of fundamental particles. Now, fundamental particles basically the discovery of electron, proton, and neutron. Okay. Third one is basically arrangement of fundamental particles. Arrangement of fundamental particles. Where? Arrangement of fundamental particles where? In an atom. In this arrangement part, you have to learn about first Thomson model, second Rutherford models, third Bohr's model, and D wave mechanical model of atom. Wave mechanical model of atom. These are basic four fundamental particles. Fundamental model, from here, from this four fundamental model, you can easily told about the arrangement of fundamental particles in an atom. Now look, in between these two models, almost there is a gap of 25 years. In this 25 years, some theory was discovered, that is dual nature of light, which is basically Planck's theory. Then photoelectric effect. Third one, dual nature of matter, that is basically de Broglie equations. Heisenberg, uncertainty principle. And the wave mechanical model. Basically, the wave mechanical model tells about the quantum number concept. Quantum number concept. That's all the subtopic we have to learn in this chapter. Okay, any doubt regarding this part? Any doubt? Please tell me. Any doubt? Hi Sajal. Hello. My voice is clear? Any doubt? Tanvi, any doubt? Venu, is it okay? Fine. Okay. Okay, let's start with the first topic. First topic is basically DAT, Dalton's atomic theory.
So can you scroll down?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Next is the first concept, DAT concept, that is Dalton's atomic theory concept. Dalton's atomic theory. DAT. Dalton's atomic theory basically tells about the indivisibility of atoms. That means atom is the smallest particle of an element. This is the first point. Second point, if you told about atom can never be created, never be destroyed. Third point, atoms of same atom are basically the similar and different form of atom of other. Fourth is when two atoms combine each other to form a molecule, this should be a stoichiometric ratio. That means either 1:1 or 2:1 or 1:3 or 2:3. That's it. That means suppose magnesium when react with oxygen, when it gives magnesium oxide. So in this case, what is the ratio? 2:1. So we can say that two atoms of magnesium react with one molecule of oxygen and gives magnesium oxide. This ratio is a stoichiometry ratio. Okay, no fraction is present here. Okay, no fraction. That is a basically simple ratio. We can say this one is a simple ratio. But all the theory of Dalton's atomic theory are disregarded because first point what is the first point? I will write down all the point, why this one gets disregarded, all the step I will write down. First try to understand what is the first point of Dalton's concept. Dalton's concept was atom is the smallest particle. That is wrong because we all know that electron, proton, neutron, which are the smallest particle at present, the Fermi, neutrino, all the stuff is present. Okay, so atom is not a smallest particle. So first concept becomes wrong. Second concept is atom of same element are similar. That is also wrong because the isotope concept is present in that time I am talking about, that is almost 1859. I am talking about 1859. In that time the isotope concept was not discovered. Okay, so after discovery of isotope, we can say oxygen isotope can be present as a 16, it can present as a 17, it can present as a 18. So atom of same element are not similar. Okay, they can be different because the atomic mass are different. So second theory is also becomes wrong. Third concept is basically the simple ratio concept, which is also wrong because some molecule it can exist like this way, 0.930. Ferric oxide it can write, you can write like this way. In this case, what is the ratio? 0.93 is to 1. So this is not a simple ratio. This type of compound are called non-stoichiometric compound. Now what is non-stoichiometric compound? What is this one? That I will explain later. But all the molecule are present, looks like a simple ratio. That is wrong. Some molecule also exist as a non-stoichiometric compound. In this case, this one is not a simple in ratio. So third postulate becomes wrong. Fourth one is atom can never be created, never be destroyed, but atom can also be created by artificial radioactivity method. Now what is artificial radioactivity? Artificial radioactivity, some heavy molecule or some heavy atom can be bombarded with any radioactive element like as alpha ray, gamma ray or beta ray. In this case, new element can be discovered. Okay, Okay, so the fourth concept also becomes wrong. These are the basic Dalton's atomic theory, and why the all the Dalton's atomic theory becomes disregarded. These are the concepts. Okay, any doubt regarding this part?
Sir,
Any
this is
doubt?
not a right.
Hello, hello. Any doubt regarding
Sir,
this part? Yes, tell me.
uh, part this like this part of the chapter is not there in the book, right?
Yes, hello. Your voice is
One,
breaking. Please tell me once. Hello. Hello.
Sir, this
Yes.
chapter is not there in the book, right?
If you go through the class 11 second chapter, this one is the atomic structure or structure of atom. Okay, I am not started with the first chapter because first chapter is totally based on class 11 concept. Second chapter is basically based on little bit idea about the class 10. Class 10 concept is also necessary for second chapter. That's why I am started with the second chapter. So my teaching style is first I am doing the atomic structure, which is the second chapter of your books. Then I will complete the periodic table or periodic properties. That is the third chapter. Then I will. Yes. Hello. Okay, so my methodology is like I will start with the second chapter, then the first, then third chapter, then fourth chapter, then I will go the first one. Okay.
No, so you said that Dalton's atomic theory is not there in the book, so I'm just asking for that.
So Dalton's atomic theory is basically the class 10 concept. I am started with the class 10 because in this class I am just try to combine with class 10 and class 11. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Dalton's atomic theory, if you go through the class 10, what is present? Why? What is the Dalton's atomic theory? Now, what is the class 11 concept? Why the Dalton's atomic theory? All the four theory becomes wrong. Why? Okay. Look, this non-stoichiometry compound concept was not present in class 10 books. This is a class 11 level concept. Okay. So in this class, I am just try to combinations of class 10 and 11. Okay. Because that is very important. Okay, any doubt regarding the Dalton's atomic theory and the and why the Dalton's atomic theory becomes fail? Any doubt? Okay, just write it down. Dalton's concept. So Dalton's concept was related with indivisibility of the atom, and the main points are the first one, atom is the smallest particle. Smallest particle of the element which cannot be further subdivided. Okay, so atom is the smallest particle. This is the first point. Second point, atom of same element are similar atomic mass. And different element having different atomic mass. Okay, so same element having similar atomic mass. This is the second point. Third point, atom of different element. Atom of different element will combine in the simple ratio and form compound. Compound or molecule, you can say. Suppose two magnesium atom when react with one oxygen molecule, it gives 2 MgO. The ratio is 2:1. Okay, the ratio is basically 2:1. So what is the third point? Third point, different element combined with a simple ratio. Now the fourth point. Fourth point is atom can never be created. Atom can never be created. Not destroyed. So last point is can never be created, not destroyed. Now all the 4 point, all the above postulate of Dalton's are disregarded. Why disregarded? That is class 11 concept. Generally for class 10, only this 4 point is present. Okay. Now the next point is basically atoms, all the 4 point. Just write down all the 4 point, all the above postulate. Postulate of Dalton's theory are disregarded. Disregarded. Why? Because of first point. Why the first point becomes failure? Because the atom is not a smallest particle. Atom can divide it into electron, proton, neutron. Divided into electron, proton, neutron. So first point cancel out. Okay. Second point. Why the second point cancel out? Because the existence of isotopes. Atoms of similar element having different atomic mass. Atomic mass, which is known as isotopes, because isotope concept was not discovered. Like example of isotope, oxygen, it can present as a O16, O17, O18. This upper one represent the atomic mass. Look, the atomic mass, element are same, but the atomic mass are different. Second, we all know that the isotope of hydrogen, H1, H2, H3, H2 isotope, which is known as deuterium, H3, which is known as tritium, but all are the isotopes of hydrogen having different atomic mass. Okay, so the second concept again fails. Now the third concept. Third concept is basically the non-stoichiometric compound, existence of non-stoichiometric compound. NSC. What is NSC? Non-stoichiometric compound. Non-stoichiometric compound. For non-stoichiometric compound, basically they are not combined all the atoms are not combined with a simple ratio. Simple ratio. Okay. Example, if you go through the example, iron 93O or nickel 0.980. In this case, nickel and oxygen ratio is 0.98:1. This is not a simple ratio. Okay. But the non-stoichiometric compound are very rare. Some non-stoichiometric compound is present. Only the nickel compound. Some is, I think, the iron, and some compound present for chromium also. Okay. But definitely they are not combined with a simple ratio. For non-stoichiometric compound, they are not combining in a simple ratio. So third concept again fails. Now the fourth point, atom can never be created, never be destroyed, which is also wrong, because atom, heavy metal atoms, or you can say heavy atomic mass atom, when treated with or bombarded with any radioactive ray like alpha ray, beta ray, or gamma ray, new radioactive particle can create it. Okay. So just the fourth point is atoms can be created with the help of artificial radioactivity. So the fourth point again fails. Any doubt regarding the Dalton's atomic theory concept? Tell me. Any doubt regarding this part? Any doubt? Again, I am telling, if you have any doubt, please tell me. So the first subtopic completed. The first subtopic was Dalton's atomic theory. Now the second subtopic is basically the discovery of fundamental particles. Okay. So the second subtopic, discovery of fundamental particles, basically the discovery of electron. Then just a minute. Okay, second subtopic is basically discovery of fundamental particles. First subtopic completed. Discovery of fundamental particles. Now for discovery of fundamental particles, basically the first discovery of electron, that means cathode ray. Then discovery of proton, anode ray. And last, discovery of neutron. First discovery of electron, that is 1860 or 1859. After that, this one is 1882 and this is 1932. So in between these two, all the Rutherford atomic model, Thomson model, Bohr's model, all are present in between these two. Okay. The most of the atomic structure concept was discovered between 1882 and 1932, in between this. So I'll start with discovery of electron. Today I will complete the discovery of electron. Discovery of electron and discovery of proton, both are almost same. The drawing and all the characteristics almost same. There are some little bit difference between the characteristics of an cathode ray and anode rays. So first I am started with discovery of electron. Discovery of electron. Now, discovery of electron, or just write down discovery of cathode ray. First write down cathode rays. Cathode rays. Cathode rays, we can, in short, I am writing CR. From the cathode rays, electron gets discovered. Okay, from the cathode rays, electron gets discovered. And this experiment is also known as discharge tube experiment. Okay, now what is the drawing? What is actually present? Suppose this is a tube. In this tube, two electrodes are present. This one is a cathode, this one is a anode. Okay, cathode, we all know that this one is a negative charge, this one is a positive charge, and this is joined with the battery. Okay, the positive end and the negative end. This one represent the cathode, this one represent the anode. And here there is a tube. From this part, basically this is a vacuum pump. Now, why this is called discharge tube experiment? Because here some gas is present. How? Because here we are applying very high voltage, 10 to the power 4 volt. And from the vacuum tube, we created almost vacuum conditions. The pressure becomes very, very low in this tube. So gases are basically cannot ionized. Gases are stable, it cannot ionized. But in presence of high voltage and low pressure, it becomes ionized. Ionized means it becomes, suppose hydrogen is present, it becomes H plus E minus. Two different charge can be produced here. That's why this tube is called discharge tube. So gases present at very low pressure with high voltage. High voltage. What you observe that this gas basically ionized, and the electron present, this electron moves towards the positive end. Towards the positive end. Now, how can you justify this one? In this case, the electron gets produced, and why this one converted to, why this one goes to the positive end? To determine this one, here the fluorescence tube, zinc sulfide coating is present. Zinc sulfide basically act as a fluorescence. Fluorescence is basically sparking of light. So after certain time, what we observe? We observe that some sparking happens in this region. So definitely in this region, some sparking happens means some charge can be produced, which is moves towards the positive end. So this charge is known as the negative charge. At first, this negative charge is called as a negatron. After certain time, it named as electron. Any doubt regarding this part, this discharge tube experiment? I will write down all the procedure. Any doubt regarding this part? Okay. Any doubt? Next meeting ID password is same. Yes, tell me.
Sir, can you explain what the coating is again?
This coating is zinc. Fluorescence means the sparking of light. Okay. Because this light you cannot observe in your open eye. So if the fluorescence materials is present, after certain time some light sparking you can easily observe. So definitely you can say definitely some charge can be produced in this medium, and it can travels to negative to positive. Okay, and this positive, negative to positive, the experiment you can observe from the fluorescence part. because certain times the light gets basically light sparking, which is basically happen.